Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It is a hot and sweltering near 100 degrees today in Atlanta, so I thought, why not go outside and work on some cars. So here we have our 2006, I believe, Audi A6 4.2 Quattro. You see it's got a little padiddle going on over there. Yeah, I've been avoiding the car for a little while, and I'll get into why. We're just at a point where there's a certain repair on it that I haven't been looking forward to, and it's kind of hot, and I'm not 100% sure the repair is going to fix it. So I've been kind of delaying on it. So basically, the issue is we got it running and driving really well. We had problems with the high pressure fuel pump that was giving us trouble. Basically, any hard throttle, and it would just fall flat on its face. So we got that fixed. Now that we can actually give it some good throttle, we're having an issue where basically hard to medium throttle, second to third gear, occasionally it gets really upset, throws itself in limp mode, and gives us codes for incorrect gear ratio. And other than that, the car runs, drives just perfectly, shifts really smooth, doesn't slip. The other issue I have is it's hard to see on video here, but I've got a pretty decent incline coming in at the end of the driveway. If I back in and I try to give it some throttle in reverse, it basically just feels like it falls right into neutral and won't continue on. So if I put it in park, put it back in reverse, it will climb the hill just fine. So I'm thinking these two things are related, and I don't really think it's an actual transmission issue. I think this is or at least like slipping clutch, worn out trans, that sort of thing. I think the actual issue is the shift solenoids. So this has a 6 HP 19 variant. Obviously this is set up for all-wheel drive, and they're very well known for having some solenoid issues. So I did go ahead and buy an Amazon solenoid kit. I got a filter kit and fluid, and this thing, man, holds 9 liters of fluid, and they're about 13 bucks a piece. So it's not a cheap service, and that's the other reason I've been kind of dreading doing this. But why don't we go ahead and get in the car? I've got it running, I'm sure you can hear, to get us some AC going for once we're in there. Because like I said, it is hot out here. So also, I did go ahead and finally replace on the wiper blades that I couldn't find anywhere. Ordered those from FCP Euro, of course. And, it goes great with a busted windshield. But
look how cockeyed he looks, Pepper. He's got fucking brand new windshield wipers for a busted windshield.
So you can also see we have our friend Mr. Check Engine Light back on as well, but no EPC light. So let's go ahead and we're gonna scan what that code is. And if we focus, there we go. We basically got an evap leak. It's probably the purge valve right up on, right above the intake manifold. It's pretty common on these things. I can erase it, it'll stay off for a bit, and it'll run all the monitors except for the emissions monitor. When it runs the emission monitor, you get a failure. So that's probably that issue. Now I want to go in. I do want to check the transmission as well, because like I said, it does throw you into limp mode, and you'll see on the cluster, the prindle will light up all orange. That's a sign that you're in limp mode. It'll be stuck in third gear. Oh, no issues found. So occasionally we'll come up with, I think it's a P0730. We'll take it for a drive, see if we can get it to pop in limp mode again, and scan for codes. Alright, we're up on the side road that we normally go down. I don't know if it'll act up right away. Sometimes you got to build some heat into it. See, I mean, even under load, I mean, it shifts really nice. No slippage at all. loop around here. We're gonna loop around again, see if we get her to be upset. So far, nothing. So it's usually once the trans gets a little warm. So I think it's just a sticky shift solenoid. It's just one of those jobs that I'm not looking forward to, so I've been putting it off, but we're getting to where we need to move this car on, and that's the big one that's holding me up. Yeah, nothing. Slow her down. Gonna make a liar out of me now that I want to get it on video and also try to fix it. But like you guys have seen, it shifts absolutely perfectly. No slippage, no hesitation, no weird hangs. So that's why I don't think it's transmission that's internal. Jerkiness, wasn't so happy about that. Wasn't sure what gear it wanted to be in. Let's slow her down, give her another squirt. I bet she'll have problems now. Nope. And now she won't downshift. There she goes. Going in a limp mode. Ah, there we go. I knew when she got hot, so now we're in limp mode. We only have third gear. So yeah, let's get her back to the house. All right, we're back at the house to see that we're still in limp mode here. So let's go ahead and check what codes we've got. Yep, P0730 shift. So it's not giving an incorrect gear ratio code this time, but I have had that in the past. So we'll just go ahead and clear it out. Back in regular mode. We're no longer in, now you can see we're no longer in limp mode. It actually cleared out the engine light as well. So it's kind of expected, but yeah, so looks, I really do think that it's going to be the solenoid issues, because like I said, it doesn't slip at all. It just was kind of that weird herky-jerky shift, like wasn't sure where it wanted to be, and that's pretty typical of those solenoids in the 6 HP 19 transmission. So I think that's going to be where we need to head. And you see our MMI is still sort of working, and we do have the backup camera. I still can't control anything with the MMI, but it's kind of cool to see that that's still working. It's nice that that stays up for a few seconds after you put it back into gear or into park. So I think before we go ahead and try to take the transmission pan down and change the fluid in the solenoids, we need to get into the car and the engine bay and underneath cleaned up. You can see we're still pretty dusty, grimy under here. Don't mind that I've got the airbox lid out of the way. We 100% haven't been driving it without an air filter, not at all. But it's still pretty dusty, grimy in here. I will cover that up so we don't get water inside the intake. If the transmission thing does pan out to be the correct fix, I've got seals for the oil filter housing gasket. I think that's the main source of our leaks, and I ordered valve cover gaskets as well. And I don't know if I'll be able to get you under there to see just how grody it is. But it looks like a typical German car, very saturated with oil. Maybe this might give you a little better look. But it's nasty. Under there, and I don't want to work with all that grease and grime. So we're gonna pressure wash this real quick. I'll get her up in the air a little bit and spray off the underside as well. And then we'll probably just let it cool down until tomorrow. I'll get the car in the garage and work on it there. All right, I got you guys set up. I'm gonna go ahead and pressure wash the engine first. I'll do the underside. And unfortunately, I only have a gas-powered machine, so you're probably not going to hear much. Maybe I'll put in some dubstep or something for you guys to listen to. It's looking so much better. This is all full of grot on top of these valve covers. I got a lot of the junk out. This wasn't meant to be a full-on engine detail. I just wanted to get the crap out of here so it's a lot easier and pleasant to work on. So I think we'll close her down. I just need to get it up in the air and spray out the underside as best I can. All right, we got her up in her teeth a little bit here. You can see just how grody everything is, and I just don't want to play under there when it looks like that. So we'll spray it out real quick. I'm not going to bother recording it. You're not going to really be able to see anything anyways. All right, we are all sprayed off, looking a lot better. Again, not perfect. We're just looking to get as much growth up as we can. We're just looking to get as much sludge out of there as possible so I don't get covered in it and have to wash it off. You probably did see the sway bar link on this side is Bluetooth, most likely from the fork truck, but it still drives really well considering that it's not secured. I do have a new set that we'll put on, but let's go ahead and get this thing down. We'll let it dry overnight and then we'll get it in the garage and tackle that trans tomorrow. All right, well, we got the Audi in the garage up on the quick jacks. You can see it's already been marking its territory. And despite us pressure washing, definitely have some drippage already. And I think that's all coming from the oil filter housing. The seals on those like to go bad and they leak oil all over the intake, then run down the front of the engine. And that looks like what this is. So I've looked up above and I don't really see any source. The oil pan itself looks dry, this level sensor looks dry. So more than likely all that oil is coming from up above in that valley. Valve cover gaskets are also leaking too. We'll take care of that at the same time. Next thing we're gonna attempt to look at for that weird shifting. So I got this brace to take off. Then on the back side, we've got our fill plug. We're gonna pop that first, see what comes out, see how nasty it looks. Then we'll drain the pan here. Again, see how the fluid looks. If it's all burnt and nasty, then we probably do have a transmission issue. but like I said, it shifts so good at all the other times. So I think we try that pan, we drop that pan down, see what we're looking at, change out those solenoids, put a new filter kit in it, some new fluid, and see how she does. So let me get some tools, we'll drop this stuff out of our way. All right, I got that bracket out of the way. It's just held in by 4 16mm nuts. And this fill plug is at H17. Oh, she was on there. You hear that crack? Sent me spinning. Yeah, let's see what kind of goodness comes out of here. Maybe maple syrup, brand new ATF, or nothing. Ugh. Well, that's pretty dark, but it doesn't smell. It just smells like old transmission fluid, so that's a good sign. We'll let that drain a bit, and then we'll do the front drain plug. All right, got the fill plug back in. Let's take this drain out. Actually, it kind of looks like I'm gonna have to take that rear transmission mount out because you can't get to the 2 back transmission pan bolts. There we go. Again, just smells like regular transmission fluid. I don't smell anything burning, so that's always good. So let that drain, then I'll probably go drop that stupid transmission mount out, which that's gonna be fantastic. All right, well, we got our pan off, and so as you can see, the fluid's a little dark. I mean, it's not terrible. It's hard to see in there with a reflection, but it doesn't smell burnt. I don't see any real accumulation of junk in the pan, so I think we're good. I don't think there's a real strong transmission issue. I don't think we have got burnt clutches or anything like that. Only problem is I wanted to change out the solenoids, and they gave me the wrong set. So the one in this car has 5 of these tan colored solenoids, 1 black and 1 blue-green. And obviously what they sent was not the right stuff. So I gotta see if I can hopefully get that sent in, and we can get this slammed back together, because I'm fairly certain this is a solenoid issue, and I don't want to just put the new filter and fluid in there, still have a problem, and have to drop this again, because this was not a ton of fun. But I think that's what we're gonna have to do, so I will bring you guys back when I get the right solenoids. Well, guys, it's been a couple days, and unfortunately I have not found a good source for the correct solenoids for this transmission. It's a bummer, because I really think that's the root of our cause of that shifting issue. So instead, what we're going to do is we are going to put a new transmission filter and gasket in, fill it up. I've got 9 quarts liquid moly 1800. Then we got the Hengst filter kit here. And we'll also replace those broken stabilizer links as well while we're under there. And this is all from SCP Euro. Again, not sponsored, just where I always go for my Euro car parts. So we got the car up in the air. Let me get under. I'm gonna drop that pan down again, and we'll stab a new filter in, new gasket, and fill it up. All right, well, we got the transmission buttoned up. Apologize for not filming it, guys. I'm really pressed for time. I'll get into that in just a minute here. Put the new gasket in with the new filter. Make sure that the old gasket for the filter comes out. There's a O-ring that you can get hung up. Make sure that's out. We put the pan in, take the fill plug out. We fill as much as we can, put the plug in, get it up to operating temp, take the plug back out, and fill again until it starts streaming out, run through all the gears, check the level again, and we should be good. And you do want to do that at temp, about 40 degrees C. You'll need some kind of software to kind of monitor temps. I'm using OBD11 scan tool. I'll put a link for that in the description. Well, let's give her a crank. And no weird noises, so that's always good. Oh, we got a tire light on. I'll have to address that at some point. All right, let's see. Will she go in reverse? Oh yeah, we're moving. And forward. Yep. All right, why don't we get her out on the road, see if she wants to behave herself. All right, well, so far, it's feeling pretty good. Just got out of our neighborhood. Taking through some easy gear changes. I did not have a way to clear adaptations. Probably could have just disconnected the battery. But it's feeling good so far. Tell you, the slow turns with tight steering input were a little bindy, like you could feel the all-wheel drive kind of binding itself, and that does feel better already. So maybe a fluid filter might have fixed it up. Now, if you remember, we had to get it a little warm for it to kind of act up. It should be. It was about 64C when I was filling it, and that was only about 15 minutes ago. So far, so good. That wasn't a nice shift, but it didn't go to lit mode. Again, kind of a shitty shift. I have a feeling we're going to end up back in limp. Yep. So, that did not fix it. I have a feeling it wouldn't have. So, I guess I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get the solenoids that I need. I'll have to keep looking around, see what we find. Well, unfortunately, it seems that wasn't the fix. It wasn't just a fluid change and filter, which I kind of figured it wasn't. All the signs kind of said it was probably going to be a solenoid issue. What I ordered didn't have the correct color combination of solenoids. This one had several tan, a blue, and a black, and what they sent me was an even split of tan and blue and one black. So I didn't want to put those in. It's kind of a thing to do the solenoids, to say the least. Yeah, you got to drop the whole valve body down and swap them out. So I want to make sure I have the right ones. So I have to keep looking to see if I can find a set. Maybe I'll just order a second one of this set, and that should give me enough of the right ones, and I can send back what I don't need or something like that. So I mentioned I was in a time crunch, and tomorrow morning I go in for another shoulder surgery. So if you've been in with the channel for a while, last December I had a labral tear in my right shoulder from a fall last July. That was repaired, and it's coming around really well. I'm able to do a lot of things that I want to do, but unfortunately during that same fall I also injured the left shoulder, and despite it being a year and several months of physical therapy, it's not getting better. In fact, it feels like it's getting worse. So we are going in tomorrow for this one. So that's fun. I've got a bunch of videos that I'll be uploading, so hopefully there won't be too long of a delay between uploads. But I've got a solid 4 to 6 weeks that I'm not going to be able to do much. So bear with me. I appreciate all your support. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel. I was really hoping to get to 3,000 subs by the end of the summer, but now with the surgery, we're going to have some content delays. So, let's keep pushing the channel, helping it grow, and I'll keep bringing out content as much as I can. So I appreciate y'all, and we will see you in the next one.